Some more information is coming out about the Cody Rhodes promo, so we'll check that out. We'll also see what's up with Sami Zayn, Carmelo Hayes, and more. Starting things off with Cody Rhodes and the continued fallout of the Pat mystery caller reveal. As usual, the fan theories and fantasy booking ideas were more exciting and more logical than what ended up being reality. Over the 4 weeks of the mystery caller being teased and hinted at, the fans formed a theory list of the top 3 picks, and those picks were Ted DiBiase Jr., The Rock, or Kevin Owens. Any of those 3 names would have been the perfect payoff for the mystery caller and make perfect logical sense in all 3 cases. For Ted DiBiase Jr., that would have made for a full reunion for the Legacy faction in the main event of WrestleMania. A beautiful way for that faction from nearly 20 years ago to come back to the forefront of the company and shine light on all of that history amongst all 3 men right there. Can't complain about a single thing if Ted was the caller, because it makes sense for Randy to reach to him for something related to Cody Rhodes. Likewise with The Rock, that's a direction we spoke about multiple times throughout the week of the teasers. The Rock is on the TKO board of directors, he has unlimited power, and his character has a deep hatred for Cody Rhodes. So if Randy wanted to speak to someone powerful who can advise him on how to handle Cody Rhodes the right way, The Rock seemed like a perfect pick. Same thing with Kevin Owens. Kevin's last 2 programs before going down with an injury was against Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton. And remember that Kevin and Randy originally had a fallout in early 2025, mostly because of a deep disagreement about Cody Rhodes. Kevin Owens was talking about how Cody Rhodes is the villain here and begged Randy not to take Cody's side over his. But when Randy did take Cody's side, that's what started the issues there. But now that Randy has seen the light and sees Cody as the villain, it makes logical sense for Randy to call up Kevin Owens and get more insight about what Kevin was trying to tell him about Cody Rhodes back in 2025. With Kevin viewing the whole situation as Randy coming to his senses, Kevin Owens would be willing to reunite with Randy for the greater good of finally taking down Cody Rhodes. Just absolutely cinematic, full circle storytelling there with that Kevin Owens case and with the other 2 community picks as well. Home run hits if they picked any of the 3 right there. But as we unfortunately know, none of those options ended up being reality. The real reveal was Pat being the mystery caller. And sure, fans are fickle. They're very hard to please and almost never happy, but they're most definitely right in this situation here because this is legitimately bad. It doesn't make much sense at all. It feels forced, doesn't feel natural, and it kind of just pulls you out of the story immersion with how nonsensical it is. Randy is on the road to WrestleMania in a main event match for the undisputed title, and he calls up a part-time commentator who's been in and out of the company over the last 5 years. He calls someone who's had only a handful of matches in their career, and they all took place over the last 5 years. Randy could honestly get better advice talking to himself than talking to Pat. It really just gives you a headache sometimes trying to make sense of the product they're putting on television, and especially with this case right here, it wasn't just a handful of fans complaining. This was the entire community that rejected the Pat reveal right away. Apparently they weren't expecting such massive backlash over the reveal, and that led to them scrambling to address the situation that same night. And that brings us to the Cody Rhodes promo. According to reports, the original script for Smackdown did not include a Cody Rhodes promo after the tag team titles match. Cody was not supposed to be seen again after the opening segment beatdown from Randy and Pat. But due to the outrage, reports claim that they added a Cody Rhodes promo segment at the last second to try and save the whole situation with Randy and Pat. Reports say that the addition of this promo segment was so last second that Cody was not given a script at all. He was reportedly told to just fire from the hip about his actual frustrations with TKO getting involved in creative and their nonsensical decision making, which Cody absolutely did do. Cody echoed some of the things that the fans were saying online. Cody said that what happened with the mystery reveal was like if Scott Hall and Kevin Nash was putting so much hype into their third man for the NWO, and instead of Hulk Hogan, it was Disco Inferno. Which Cody is absolutely right. That is how WWE mysteries work under the Triple H regime and TKO umbrella. They tease you hard and give you every reason to believe that a mystery is leading towards a big reveal or major surprise, and every single time we get Disco Inferno. So according to reports, that was Cody Rhodes speaking freely and taking jabs at TKO for pretty much ruining the road to WrestleMania. The last WrestleMania to be left untouched from the TKO influence was WrestleMania 40. WrestleMania 41 was contaminated by TKO with the involvement of Travis Scott. It was reportedly TKO's call for Travis to be involved with John Cena's heel turn, and get involved in the Night 2 main event of WrestleMania. 2 appearances by Travis Scott that just left a permanent stain in 2 very important moments in wrestling history, when he just had no business even being there. They didn't even try to come up with a story or explanation to why he was there in the first place. And that was allegedly because the call came from TKO for him to be involved. And here with WrestleMania 42, we see even more TKO influence than last year. In years past, celebrity crossovers at WrestleMania were light cameos and little roles. But this year you had a lot of celebrities getting more airtime on the road to WrestleMania than the top stars themselves. You got Pat, you got Jelly Roll, Tom Brady, IShowSpeed, Lil Yachty, and just all these celebrities that basically have their own full storylines and narratives heading into WrestleMania. There's rumors of Speed taking part in a trios match at WrestleMania, and if that's true, then Speed will be making his WrestleMania debut before someone like Solo Sikoa. Solo has been back there since 2022 waiting to have his WrestleMania debut match. So if Speed comes in here and has a WrestleMania match before Solo Sikoa, that's kind of mind-blowing. Tiffany Stratton is another big name that fans are talking about. She enters WrestleMania last year as the women's champion, defeats Charlotte Flair to walk out with the title, but just 1 year later and she's fully off the WrestleMania card with no plans at all. Yet you got 6 celebrities that all got strong storylines and narratives heading into WrestleMania 42. It's very concerning, and it makes you wonder about who's the true priority when it comes to booking WrestleMania. Is it the celebrities or is it the superstars? It's crazy enough that the question even needs to be asked, but that's just how things are at the moment. So will they pivot and really change things up? It's hard to tell. They can just no-sell the backlash and keep going with their original plans. But if the fan reaction is very overwhelming, sort of like with the Cody fan movement from 2024, maybe they would have to change some things up. Now let's get into everything with Sami Zayn. When Sami Zayn defeated Carmelo Hayes to become the new United States champion a few weeks before WrestleMania, that was another one of those decisions that made fans lose their mind. It was clear that they didn't want Carmelo Hayes walking into WrestleMania as United States champion, so they took the title off him and threw it into the Trick and Sami match to raise the stakes. A lot of fans believe Carmelo Hayes was done dirty there with that whole situation. And now on the April 3rd edition of Smackdown, we saw Carmelo come out and get his rematch. Some fans thought it would potentially set up a triple threat match, but not at all. Sami ended up pinning Carmelo cleanly, and it seems like Carmelo will be missing WrestleMania unless they make some very last second changes to that United States title match. What was also very evident was the live crowd officially turning their backs on Sami Zayn. Sami was booed all night long and even received Sami sucks chants during his title defense against Carmelo Hayes. So if their plan is to fully turn Sami heel, this is something that they are absolutely excelling on and doing a great job with. For Sami to steal the title from Carmelo and now pin him again the following week, crushing Carmelo's WrestleMania dreams, that's causing the live crowd to boo Sami Zayn. Another important moment came in the closing moments of this match when Carmelo was getting checked on by the referee. Sami was heartless and attacked Carmelo in the middle of getting checked. Even more evidence that Sami is transitioning into a full-blown heel. The seeds have been growing every week and the big turn appears to be happening real soon. Maybe it'll be at WrestleMania, maybe Sami fully cheats to beat Trick Williams and goes full heel from there. Or maybe Sami loses the United States title at WrestleMania and then fully crashes out and turns heel due to that loss. But it's definitely happening either way. The fans are booing him and he continues to show heel tendencies, so let's hope there is a payoff coming in the near future. And that this doesn't turn out to be one of those angles that just fades away without paying anything off. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.